Welcome back. This is my name is Brandon. I am the owner of this channel.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm just visiting.
We are a vegan couple, and we are responding to or reacting to carnivore nonsense. This is a Why I'm No Longer Vegan After 6 Years by Elizabeth Israel. And this was posted a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. So we're going to see. We're going to see what they have to say. I love these, so.
I think there's a bat in the umbrella.
Already with the animal abuse, just beating up on the bat, huh?
I'm taking photos of my
Yeah, what's wrong with them in the umbrella?
and
You're not
t-shirts
using it.
and crew necks. And I was inside trying to figure out lighting and angles, and then I saw the umbrella moving.
I'm not interested.
It's probably better that there's no bat in there too, to get the program
I
in.
don't care about your
Cream.
promotion.
It's really like food photos.
Can you guys even see me? And make dinner. But if you guys want to check out any of the crew necks, hoodies, or t-shirts that I showed you briefly throughout this video, one thing in my life in particular, my diet, veganism, and that's what I want to talk about. I've gotten a few questions on a couple videos and on Instagram and TikTok and things like that asking if I'm still vegan, because
One thing really quick just to say, veganism, whenever I say why I'm no longer vegan, that would be like saying why I'm no longer against racism, why I'm no longer for women.
A good person.
Right.
like why I decided I was tired of being a good person. It's too much work.
Veganism is a rejection of the exploitation of animals. That's all it is. It's not how you're eating.
It's not a diet.
It's not like a juice cleanse. it's a stance that, okay, I want to see animals protected. I want animals to be given rights similar to humans. I reject exploiting other sentient beings, humans or animals alike. That's all it is.
Right.
So if you say why I'm no longer vegan again, I want us to do a video where it's like why I'm no longer not racist. You know, like I would love to see somebody do a parody of that, because that's essentially what you're saying.
I had been pretty open about, I've always been open about just like what I'm into and what I am and what I do on social media. So you guys know I was vegan for, I hit the 6-year mark right on the dot, and then I started eating eggs, and then about 3 months after I started eating eggs, I started eating fish. So this was also...
All right, I'm just going to play a little game here. It's called Guess How They Started Eating Eggs and Fish. It's always eggs and fish. It's always when they stop being vegan, eggs and fish. I'm going to guess she ate mostly raw food, smoothies, raw vegetables, salads.
Mm-hmm. Definitely salads.
Had a really hard time keeping her weight up. And now she felt like she needed animal products in order to regulate her weight and to get enough nutrients. Almost without a doubt, that's what it's going to be. What do you think?
I think that her environment probably changed, and she was around people that were like, "You're vegan? That's not cool, dude. We eat eggs." And she was like, "Okay."
Oh, because I think she's a homesteader.
Right.
So the homestead thing where like so many people have a homestead and they're like, well, we live off the land with our animal. We're totally self-sufficient. We have the animals that we just, every now and then we just slaughter.
I sleep in the bed with 6 chickens.
No, I'm not cutting that out. Okay. All right,
no,
ready?
yeah. I think that she is what's the word I'm looking for? Where people
Mistaken.
easily leave an impression on you and
Influenced.
She's
peer pressured.
Easily influenced by her environment. That's what people that I feel like when I see these videos of why I'm no longer vegan, they only went vegan because they were in an environment where it was cool or trendy to be vegan. Like they didn't actually align with veganism. They just were around people that thought it was cool. And now they're around people that don't think it's cool. So now they're eating eggs and fish. Yeah.
It could be both. I think it's a little bit of both.
Let's see.
Over a year ago. I haven't been vegan for over a year, but I didn't want to talk about it yet because I wasn't sure if I was going to stick to eating fish and eggs. I was kind of just testing that out, seeing how my body was going to react to something new. And also, honestly, I had watched a couple of people on YouTube film videos about why they're not vegan anymore, and they got so much hate, and I just didn't want to deal with that. But I think I also felt that way because I wasn't exactly sure about my decision. But now that I feel very confident and sure about my decision, if I receive hate from this, that would be kind of odd because it's my body and what I'm doing for myself and for the planet is healthy. My biggest concern was like,
if I receive hate for this, it's kind of odd because it's my body and what I'm doing for myself and for the planet is healthy. First of all, that statement doesn't make sense. Go ahead.
It's not just your body.
There we go.
Like, it is not just your body in this process of you eating eggs and fish. Like, you are actually consuming someone else's body who did not want, well, I could guarantee did not want to be eaten just for you to.
Imagine if Jeffrey Dahmer was like making a video about his cannibalism.
My body.
He was like, and if I receive hate for this, it's kind of odd because it's my body and my choice and what I'm doing for myself is healthy. It's like, dude, you're decapitating people and eating their body parts. Like, it's not, you're exploiting and using other individuals. If you decided that you never want to eat broccoli again, okay, make a video about that. Your body, your choice, whatever you want to do. But deciding to now eat the flesh of another individual, definitely not your choice anymore, or at least I don't think it should be.
Yeah, and can we find self-confidence without harming another being?
Like people saying, oh, you don't care about the animals anymore, or you're killing the animals now. So I guess before I even go into why I started questioning transitioning out of veganism, I'll just start off by saying how I'm sourcing my food, just to get that out of the way. I have friends and neighbors and just people that I know here in North Carolina that I get eggs from for free.
Bingo. That's one of them. Yeah. Okay. So immediately she's like, I've got homestead. She didn't say homestead, but this is what it seems like. Got friends who got eggs and chickens and they're giving me their eggs. And
right.
Boom. Bingo.
Yeah. It's like, I would bet that she recently moved to North Carolina, maybe. And also, she's like, let me just go ahead and tell you that it's a natural process. I get it from my friends.
So let me just go ahead and tell you it's humane. It's humane. I get it from a humane backyard farm.
I got a dealer. I got an egg dealer.
I got a nice egg dealer.
Thank God, because eggs are fucking expensive, but they have chickens and chickens make a shit ton of eggs every single day. Okay, they're already laying the eggs, you know what I mean? So it's not like they're being tortured. They're not being crammed in these small spaces because these are just happy, healthy chickens roaming around my friend's properties.
Oh my God.
So
he's behind you.
I feel really good about eating those. And then, like I said, a couple months after I started eating those, I started.
Okay, really quick on the eggs.
Turn around.
First of all, they produce so many eggs because we've genetically modified them. So an unfertilized egg is a chicken period. I don't know. I might put up a source showing how many in the description, but I don't know how many they're supposed to naturally lay. But I know they're not supposed to lay them every single day. So chickens lay hundreds of eggs. That's not normal. That's like essentially a woman having a period every sintle day. That's torture. It's awful. And with all of the egg laying, it ends up stripping them of nutrients. So primarily, I think it's calcium, which then leads to them literally falling over and their bones breaking. Yeah, it's really, really messed up. So most likely your friends, your cool egg dealers, they got those chickens from the industry. So like they had to get them from somewhere, right? So most likely they got them from the industry, which is why they produce so many eggs. It's because they were made to be like, to maximize productivity. Again, they're just products. They're not treated as individuals. But either way, that's not really the point, especially if most people who have backyard eggs or chickens, they end up slaughtering them anyway. So yeah.
Can you imagine? I'm just thinking being a chicken and like I have my period
and some guy just like grabs it.
I would be like, what monster creature is this?
Be like, you're kind of nasty.
I'd be like, dude, that's my period.
I always explain it like if a woman like had a period and then took her tampon out and like put it in the trash and someone else just came up and was like, just grabbed it and was like started eating it or something, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'd be like, that's kind of sick. Like even because I know that a lot of chickens actually, to help with their nutrition, they end up eating their own period, which that's a whole nother thing. But the point is like, even if it's not causing them suffering, I know that a lot of chickens, they make use of their periods or their eggs. So yeah. So that's also another reason why you don't just take all their eggs. Right. But even if that's not the point. Yeah, even if that's not the case, the point is you have those chickens because you're using them for your own benefit. And we just wouldn't accept that for any human or anyone else. That's crazy.
I started eating fish, and this is what happened. I went to the Dominican Republic for my 25th birthday, and it was the night before my birthday, and I've never ate fish before in my life. And
wait, she's never eaten fish? Like even not as a vegan, she's never eaten fish?
I don't know.
My friend ordered a plate for 2, intending to eat it all by himself because that's the way he is, but a plate for 2 of all this seafood, like octopus, shrimp, a ton of different types of fish. And as soon as that plate came out, I looked at it, I was like, I am not about to turn 25 and say I've never ate fish. Also, all that fish had been caught right there that day, so I felt comfortable trying it. And yeah, that's when I started eating fish. And since then, I stick to wild caught fish. Now I'll tell you why I started questioning my diet, because I was really fulfilled being.
What does that have to do with anything?
First of all, it being caught right there that day doesn't make it any better. And in fact, I don't know if that makes it worse because I don't know. It just doesn't.
Like if you murdered someone 10 days ago or yesterday, it doesn't matter.
Right. It's still gonna be.
It's murder.
It's still murder. Yeah. And why are you like? This is not a time to like YOLO. You know, like I'm not about to turn 25 and never eat a dead fish carcass. It's like, why not? It's like. I'm not going to be
Thank God.
I'm not going to turn 25 and never eat a big toe off of a corpse. It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like you could just let that one go. I don't know. I feel like there's no need for that.
Right, it's an odd, what's really YOLO, like on your list item.
Right. I'm not going to turn 25 and not break someone's legs for no reason.
And not eat a piece... Not eat a piece of octopus. Why? Don't turn 25 then. Things are going downhill really fast. Okay, go.
Vegan, but the first 3 years that I was vegan, I didn't eat unhealthy, but I didn't really pay attention to added sugar, processed food, stuff like that. I was just eating what was on the shelves, what was labeled organic, but still had all these horrible ingredients. And like I said, that was
hold on. Can I say my biggest pet peeve?
Go.
People are like, I actually had someone say this to me the other day. They're like, hold on. I had someone at work the other day say that they could smell chemicals in my pasta sauce.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I said, well, here, if you want to see the ingredients, I don't see chemicals on there. And she said, well, can you pronounce all of these ingredients? And I just want to be clear that some of the ingredients that looks like a complicated word, it's not that complicated. It's just like
you just don't understand it.
Yeah. Or it's like the, chemical or not?
Yeah. It could be, no, because everything has chemicals, right? So like my favorite thing in carnivore communities is they show the ingredients that are beyond burger, which is like oil, beet, color, blah, blah, blah. And then they show the ingredient in steak, which is just beef. When in reality, if you break that down to all of the individual chemical compounds, the list is way longer. So just because something has an ingredient list doesn't mean that those ingredients are harmful. Right? Second of all, she said she was buying vegan organic food, but the list of ingredients was still bad or contained a bunch of chemicals. Like what?
Yeah, I would like to ask people, if you the words that you don't understand on the ingredient list, did you look them up?
Right.
Do you know what they actually are? Or did you just go, oh, I've never seen that word before.
Oh
That's
my God.
terrible.
What is this?
I think that's the definition of ignorant.
Yeah, it is.
Where you don't know, so you just assume that it's harmful.
Yeah, no. They're they read something, they don't know what it means, and then they go, "Oh, it must be chemical, must be bad." I don't know. I'm doing something.
Yeah,
Sorry. She's actually from the South, so all good, I guess. But maybe not. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like the pasta sauce, we buy nice pasta sauce. We buy glass jar, $7 a pasta sauce thing because we like our pasta sauce. And it's only whole ingredients: olive oil, spices, black pepper, tomatoes, and it's like I could smell the chemicals. It's like, no, you cannot.
No, you can't. Well, now I know you're making shit up.
Now we know. Yeah, now we know.
Oh my God, yeah, there's Clorox bleach in this. Holy shit, I didn't read the
you
label.
read the ingredients on the pasta sauce. Number one ingredient, bleach. It's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me.
Oh, you could smell the poison in this? Shit.
Oh, I was making it for you.
The first 3 years, trying to eat as healthy as I could without paying too much attention, honestly. And then
That's almost like a contradiction. I'm trying to eat as healthy as I could without paying too much attention. You can't really eat healthy or get all the nutrients you need without paying attention. So like, if you're just going in being like, not really paying attention, but this is healthy, that's healthy, then you're probably not going to get enough nutrition.
Right.
3 years of my veganism, that's when I started paying attention. And I cut out all processed sugar, all the bad shit, or at least as much bad shit as I could think of. And I lost a lot of weight. Not intentionally. I didn't really want to lose the weight, but I think my body was just detoxing from all that crap and processed food. So I lost about 15 pounds. And I started to feel, I ran out of space on my SD card. Where was I? I lost weight because, like I said, I felt like my body was just detoxing. When you think about how much sugar is added in stuff, and not even just the sugar, but the processed oils and all of that, I personally believe it takes a while for your body to like break those things down. So I think it's just like sitting inside of us. So as soon as I stopped eating.
First of all, facts don't care about your feelings. But seriously, like, your belief that you lost weight because sugar was sitting inside of you and you were detoxing, that's not true. What happens is, if you go from eating enough calories and then you cut out all of the calorically dense things, which I'm not saying added sugar is healthy, but it is calorically dense. So if you take out processed foods or foods high in sugar,
yeah,
you have to eat other foods. You still gotta get enough calories.
Yeah, I actually see that a lot. Like, people will be like, oh my God, there's sugar everywhere in my diet, and they just cut out all the sugar and that's it. So yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of weight if you're not
it's great if you're
eating
overweight.
enough.
Yeah, it's great if you're like, if you like need to lose weight for your health. But look at, like, I'm assuming, like, even if you added 15 pounds to her frame, she would still be in the healthy weight range. She would still be healthy. So she didn't need to lose weight,
right.
health standards. So by you just cutting out that sugar, that definitely, first of all, that has nothing to do with veganism. But second of all,
yeah, you can do that and be vegan if you want.
You could eat sugar, be vegan. You could not eat sugar, be vegan.
Yeah, I feel, yes, there's such a trend right now where, like, the other day I was eating candy, right? And someone passed me and said, well, I thought you were vegan and healthy. And I'm like,
you do not have to be healthy and you can be the most unhealthy person and be vegan.
Yeah, if you want to.
If you don't care about your health, if you just like to eat chips and cookies and candy, vegan, of course. But if you want to do that, that's fine.
Right.
And the thing is, like, that's the difference between like a carnivore diet, an omnivore diet, all these things, and veganism. All those people, the only thing they have is, well, carnivore diets are healthier. Well, omnivore diets are healthier. They can never say that they are taking a moral position, that they are trying to help other people, right? They can argue whether the diet's healthy or not. But in our case, veganism, I could care less if what you want to eat, so long as you're not exploiting and using other individuals.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so we were both right. She moved. It sounds like she was around egg chicken owners, or, chicken enslavers maybe.
And like, if you want to say you cut out all of the bad shit, can you please just be more specific? Because I also am seeing that a lot, and it's just this, all it's doing is like creating fear in other people that they're talking to. Like, oh, you didn't cut out all of the bad shit. It's like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about, so how can I? Like,
you didn't cut out every ingredient you can't pronounce.
Right.
She's like, oh, well, I did, but now all I have is water. I couldn't pronounce anything else. Sorry, I'm rude. Sorry. Point is, don't do that. Let's see what else.
Eating those things, within a couple of weeks, months, my body just like I said, detoxed, and I lost about 15 pounds. I started to feel a little bit insecure about it. People in my family, people on social media started making comments on my weight, and that, not that they were trying to make me feel bad, but it did. And so I was looking up everything of how I can gain healthy fat, healthy weight while being vegan, and I just felt like I couldn't eat enough to get a few extra pounds back on. So I felt like, oh, hi Rico. Hi buddy. I felt like eggs and fish, both high in healthy fat and protein, just seemed like a no-brainer to me to add those into my diet. And so that's what.
What about whole grains?
What about avocados? What about black beans? What about
anything?
I really don't.
Tofu.
I would say 9 times out of 10, if you hear someone saying, I tried to gain weight and I couldn't.
Raw vegan. I told you, this is exactly.
It's not true. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's super misleading and dangerous and harmful for other people who don't feel like, it's just not true. It's dishonest and it's harmful because other people hear that and they're like, well, I'm not sitting here just dropping 15 pounds and like, look how hard she's trying. And she is thin because she's all detox. So what's wrong with me? Like, detox does not equal thin. And like, I don't believe this. Like, there's plenty of calories and healthy fats and chickpeas,
the
avocados.
only way you couldn't is if you were afraid to eat certain foods because you were sucked into the detoxing and the raw vegan and we've got to eat all these raw foods and vegetables. And that's the thing is like, I'll speak for myself. I have a hard time. Like, obviously I'm fine with, I'm always in a healthy weight, but I eat junk food sometimes. I also go through periods where I eat really, really healthy. But a good indicator of like you doing veganism right, I would say, is if you are able to very easily sit within a healthy weight range. To get enough calories, we're talking, I'm a bigger, I eat 2,800 calories a day. Most women, they need like 2,000, maybe less of calories. If you're not able to get that on a vegan diet, that's a very, very easy way to know that like you are not eating all the foods available to you. You are not eating whole grains. You are not eating calorically dense, healthy fats and protein sources.
Yeah, it's it is sounding like
disordered
eating, restrictive eating, because there's no way you couldn't find foods that like were enough to maintain your weight. It's just simply not true.
And she said she tried to look up everything. Like the number one thing for weight gain, weight loss is calorie intake.
Right.
And then all you have to do is track your calories or make sure you're eating calorically dense things if you don't want to track. The only thing that would be stopping you from that is some kind of disordered eating. And you see this a lot with raw veganism and just, any type of diet, like when you forget about the philosophy of veganism, any type of like diet community where it's plant-based diets or raw plant-based diets, or even like carnivore communities, all of it usually, a lot of people, they center it around they have some kind of unhealthy relationship with food or disordered eating. And it's a very slippery slope. Any type of elimination diet is going to fuel any type of disordered eating. And it's going to give them the desired result, which is they're going to drop tons of weight.
There's a difference in I feel like people sometimes will hide fear foods behind being vegan, or I don't know if I explained that right, but they'll be vegan, but it's really just restrictive eating, right? But that's not what veganism is. It's not a restrictive diet. So it sounds like she started to develop like fear foods or fear of things with sugar or the bad shit. Again, I don't know what that. Right.
Whenever foods are referred to as like toxic, that's how you can tell there's like some type of relationship that's off.
And like here's a different perspective. Like I don't have, like, meat is not a fear food for me, right? I choose not to eat meat because an animal had to suffer in order for me to eat it. That's different than me fearing a food that I can't that I'm not morally opposed to, but I'm just afraid of it.
Right. And again, I'm very, we both, I'll speak for both of us. We're very sympathetic to eating disorders.
Yeah, absolutely.
To, body image issues. I think most people have some kind of body image issue, ourselves included. So there's no, I can understand her struggle with, maybe certain foods or maybe how she looks, especially if she's getting criticism online. I get that, and our hearts go out to her. But at the same time, that's not an excuse to continue to exploit and kill other animals. And I feel like I hear this a lot with ex-vegans or with non-vegans, is the eating disorder excuse.
Yeah.
They say, well, I have an eating disorder, I can't be vegan. It's like, okay, is you having an eating disorder or a poor relationship with food, is that a justification for abusing and exploiting another individual?
Right.
Right? Is what you as an individual are going through, does that justify what you do to other people?
Yeah. And veganism does not save your eating disorder.
No, it does. In fact,
you can have an eating disorder while being vegan or not being vegan. Veganism is not, what am I saying?
No, veganism is not going to exacerbate. Veganism is not going to worsen your eating disorder,
right?
Especially with all the because I know a huge thing of recovery is you need to be able to eat the food, whatever foods you're craving. There's vegan ice creams, there's vegan cookies, there's vegan everything. There's so much. If you want to be able to eat all the junk food you need or whatever, however that goes, there's plenty of options while you're plant-based
Yeah.
and vegan.
And I will say for me, like, for me, being vegan kind of brought me out of myself, right? So like gave me a higher purpose in eating, like knowing that I'm not causing suffering to another being. Like that's another reason to feel good about eating, and what I'm putting into my body, you know, so.
What I did, felt in the beginning, I was curious if my energy levels would increase because people always say when you're vegan, you don't have that much energy because you're not getting enough protein. Personally, I think I was eating very healthy as a vegan, but I'm cold. So if you hear me shivering, it's because it's freezing out here. I didn't really notice a big difference in my energy. In the beginning, I didn't even gain the weight back as like I thought I would, to be honest. So I was like, am I eating this for nothing? But then I started to really enjoy the food, so I continued to eat it, the eggs and the fish. Now that it's been a little over a year, I've gained a couple of pounds back, but I don't know if I blame that solely on what I've included into my diet now, or if I've just been eating more. But
there we go.
Yeah, I'm just experimenting with my.
So she herself just said she doesn't know if it's completely because of the veganism or if it's just because she's eating more now.
It's because you're eating more.
If you know that, like if you can recognize, okay, maybe it's not this and I've just been eating more, why don't you now take out the animal products and just eat more vegan food? Like if you can recognize that, I don't see why you would continue to eat these animal products.
My diet, nothing was ever like a permanent thing for me. I've always been about customizing this human experience and honoring what it is that you desire, feel, and need in each chapter of your life. So, I'm gonna go inside because
I love to hear like a rapist be like, I love customizing human experience. Always about going after what you feel, what you want, what's good for you, and what you desire. Get over here. You know, like that just doesn't fly when it comes to
right. It's such a beautiful mask, you know, yes, to put on. Like I'm all about customizing my experience and getting what I want. It's
and that's
like,
great in career, in individual, in relationships.
Taking care of yourself, take a bath. Take a nice bath.
Take a bath. It's such deceitful poetry.
It is. It's very deceitful.
All right, let's see what her closing is.
Because it's really fucking cold. If you guys want to check out the crew necks and the hoodies.
Oh my god.
Links in my description. Also, I'm planning on doing like a sobriety update because I haven't done one of those in a while, and I'd like to talk to you guys about some shit that's been going on. So if that would be interesting to you guys, let me know. And yeah, hope you have a good night, a good day, and I'll see you in my next video.
Okay, she seems like a cool person. I hope the sobriety update is her still being sober.
I mean, I can't
that
imagine.
Didn't go backwards too well. I mean,
maybe, yeah. No, she's probably doing shrooms or something. Look, here's.
No, we don't know.
We don't know. You're right. Disclaimer: we don't know.
We don't know.
But here's the thing: just be vegan. Just be vegan. This doesn't make any sense. This whole video made no sense. All of these ex-vegan videos, they're so vague, and they never really go over what they were eating. They never mention they tried to get help from a doctor or nutritionist. All they say is, I lost a bunch of weight. I started to feel bad. I started eating animal products. I gained some weight back, and now I feel better. That can easily be rectified with calories, with protein sources or healthy fat sources of plant-based food. Just go vegan. Just go vegan, be vegan, stay vegan. You can do it.
It's cool to be vegan. Don't let these people.
It's cool to be vegan. Don't let the homesteaders, don't let the off-gridders tell you otherwise, okay?
Yeah.
Because guess what? They're not as off-grid as they want you to believe.
It's so
because
true.
Of all the YouTube videos. They're still with their cameras and filming, and they're still living it up.
Right. That's the thing is like, we're not pretending to be
primal.
So
holistic.
Earthy.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're both, us and this person is on YouTube making YouTube videos. What's my point? What point am I making here?
The point you're making is next time we do this, we're going to be in the grass, feeling the earth, and saying how spiritual and holistic we are because we're vegan. The point is, it's not about that, right? It's all you're just...
Stop pretending.
Stop deceiving others. Stop acting as if you are the main character in the world. There's 8 billion people. There's trillions of animals that are being exploited and abused. We're all equal.
And I have a personal pet peeve. Stop pretending like you're eating enough calories
when you're not.
When you know you're not, because you are harming other people.
You're harming the vegan movement. You're harming other people.
You're harming other people because it's confusing when you say, look how much I'm eating. I am telling you, I am eating so much, and you're not gaining weight, and maybe you're losing weight. That's confusing to another person, unless you're dealing with some kind of illness that's causing you to lose weight. Stop deceiving others, because it's not cool.
Be transparent about it. Be like, look, I don't know if I'm eating enough calories.
Right.
Here's what I've been eating. Do you think this is enough? I can tell you right away. If it's enough. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Go vegan, because it just makes sense.
Because it's just so cool.
See you on the next one.